Alright guys, trying something else here with the camera. Gonna see if this is a better system here. So I got the camera over here. We have the Proxon scroll saw in the shot. I can zoom in on the cutting surface, and then excuse the camera shake, I can come over here and I can hit the table saw, show you guys what's going on the table saw. And if I go up to there and zoom in, you can see the sander and you can see the mill, what's going on there. So the camera wants to sag. I have to tighten that. Alright, that's a good test. So right down here to the scroll saw. Alright, and I'll pick it up at the bench. Okay, back over at the bench here. Hopefully this is better than the last situation. So we saw that I have the Proxon tool set up with the camera over there so we can get good shots of me working on the tools. Now we're going to test the bench. Had to move a light, move the camera rig. So hopefully this comes out better than the video on Monday. So yeah, so let's take a look at our part here. So this is getting filled slowly. Let's sand that up a little bit here. Let's get this little sander here. Just sand it up. I'll show you what I want to do on this when I get it. Going to be do some bench stuff here that I got to get done. Lay's put me a smidge behind, so we're going to be doing some stuff in the future with those. Now I'm going to get back working on this Starfighter kit bash for this project that I have to get done. So what I have here is a bowl of sanding parts. It's 400 grit. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's my 200 grit. So what I do is I take a little bit of water and I spray it in there, just like so. Get my sanding sponge wet. Rinse it out. Bring it out anyways. And then I can clean up all those sanding marks with this 220. A little wet sand there. I like the wet sanding. So if you guys have any tips, ideas on the larger Starfighter, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. Steve gave me a good idea yesterday, or Monday's comments, with these pieces that I made here with the scroll saw, just messing around, seeing if I could split these. Would be good wing strut bracers for a wing, to get a wing shape. You know, stretch this 10 mil over there. Oh, dropped it. So, you know, you have this and you stretch this 10 mil over there, make it a nice wing. wing shape. It's not a bad idea, something like this. I'm going to keep that in mind. Thank you, Steve, for that. I appreciate that. That would be interesting to do that. So, I'm going to fill this here on this side. This is going to get a lot of plastic on it for paneling. So let's cut a piece of paneling for right here. So let's figure out what we need for that. So inch and a half. Do it in 10. It's thinner. So mark that. Mark that. Get my eyes on so I can see. Yeah, dude, where's all my stuff? Oh, that's right, I moved it. Alright. And there is like a high tile here. So just squeeze in here to mark this here. Mark this here. Like so. Take our vector, make sure we're lined up. This is all on camera. It is not. Sure we're all lined up. We are. This stuff's super easy to cut. It just snaps right off. Alright. There's our wing section here. So, I want this to go like that. Probably to right there. So let's get this cut off here. There, it moved on me, of course. That's the way it goes. But we know that it's going to go like this. So, glue that right there. We want it to end. So we want to come up to this point right here. And there. The panel will run all the way up. Yeah, it does. Can we see it? No, it only goes to right there. And roll it in there. So right about there. Alright. Clean this up later. I just want to get these wings skinned. Wow, why am I sliding so much with my ruler? I have got a case of the shakes. I had my breakfast shakes, so I don't know why I would have the shakes. Alright, so that's what we got right there. Let's get this glued on here. So, tack this down right on that line there. Come in where I want to come in to that point. clip down there. There. And I want to be careful with this area because this is an indentation. There's a hole there. So I'm just going to glue that up normal. I use this stuff right here. It's extra thin. I'm just going to run it along the edges here. And it'll seep right in there. Capillary action at its finest. Get that capillary going, guys. Get the capillary action. Now I could have put the glue on the part underneath, but we're going to do something to this later that will sure up the fitting of it. So we're going to let that dry. We're going to come back to that in tomorrow's video. Let's work on the other wing, which is right here. So we got this part done. This needs a little bit more filling, but we need to clean up these nubs right here. You ever look through a pair of magnifiers and you go cross-eyed? Wow. That's normal, but man, does it happen. Man, does it happen. It's good for these areas right here is one of these, they're like hoops, and you can do swoops. Hoops and swoops. Just go like this with it. You can maintain the curve by just squeezing it and getting the angle you need. Come in here with this wet 220 grit. Clean that up right there. Alright, that's all cleaned up in there. That should fit. Alright, let's get the wing piece on here. The wing piece. See if this one fits any better. So here we go. It has to have this thing put in the front of it to accept the engine, but we can do that later. So, not too bad on this. Yeah, that already popped apart, just like the last one. It's just a small seam. It's going to do that to you. Alright, let's glue this on here, like so. This in here like this. Much better fit than the last side. It's got a massive gap in it. It's going to need work, but it's going to hold up. So let's get the filler on there. This is my filler. It's just Tamiya extra thin and some virgin styrene. You got to shake it real good. drip down off the brush so you don't get a huge amount. And we get it going in here, get it going in here, and we'll just fill those gaps with plastic. That way, it's all styrene. Now I don't have a recipe for this. This glue is this filler actually, it's not really a glue. That is got glue in it, but it's more of a, well, it's a solvent. If we want to get all technical, it's a solvent and virgin styrene. You can use cut up sprues and stuff to make a gray one, but I find it tends to have issues when you chop up sprues and throw it in there. Also, it dries up for some odd reason. Like, I had a bottle of it that I made in one of the Tamiya bottles, and it immediately dried up. I also have another one that is, well, it needs to be thinned out, but it was a lot thinner, and I got to work on that. So now we got 2 wings done. Let's address some other things here while we have you. So I'm going to start off the next video at the Proxon tools because I got to do some sanding and I got to do some cutting on the table saw. So I got to install something on the table saw before I use it again. I was having difficulties putting the safety on there, so I got to get that worked out. So this is the front of the ship again, if you don't remember. So I got to fill this area here. This is where the original cockpit would have been. But before I do that, I want to glue this up real quick. I'm going to hold that for a second. So let's see what we got here. So I'm going to be cutting a canopy and use the table saw to cut all the angles and stuff. I had to fill a gap in the table saw fence. It was about 80 thousandths gap in my thin plastic, just slid under there so it wasn't square to the fence. So I got that worked out. I did that before I worked on the lathe. So we also have the 250 lathe that has threading and all that stuff that we're going to look at after we make some headway on this project here. So trying to think here. So I'm going to pull the scroll saw blade into this hole and I'll cut out the cockpit area for the cockpit to slide in here like so. I'll cut that in and it'll fit. Hopefully I can, fit it in there. And because it's designed to go this way in the ship like this, or actually like this. It's designed to fit in here like this, but I want it to fit in like this right here. So we're gonna make that happen, and then we will close up the bottom of this. Not sure how I'm gonna close up the bottom of it. I might use the existing canopy pieces in the kit, and when I paint them you won't even know they're canopies, so that's what I'm thinking. We have to install the nose things on here, but, of course plastic is stuck to it. This is going to go on here like this, and this is going to go on here like so, And then the other one's going to go on here. We're going to do some engine work, get the canopy and cockpit in, and the rear of this, and we are going to call it, and then get a coat of primer on it. And the paneling, I forgot about the paneling, so we're going to do some paneling on here. Not quite sure how I'm going to do the paneling on this. I might cut thin strips of this tin and then just wrap it, heat it up a little bit and wrap it with, even widths, like cut it thinner than this and thinner strips, and do that, or do a system like this right here where we get a line down the middle and we space it out with another line, and then we can wrap these around. Maybe we'll have to see that. We'll have to draw that out and see what that looks like. The wings are pretty standard on this one anyways. So, and then we still have the bigger project to work on, the J-E-Ni-143. So this is just a little fighter that I'm doing as the first project. But I work on some pieces other, like the hydraulics are for the larger J-E-N-I-143. So I haven't come up with a name for this. It's just going to be a little starfighter. Not sure. A little background ship maybe. I don't know. It's not going to have a lot of detail on it, but it's going to have deeper detail than a studio size ship or whatnot. So we're going to see how it goes. It's just pure kit bash. See what we get on it and see what it comes out looking like. Get a coat of paint on it, make it look pretty, do some stuff like that. So I gotta get on to work on some other things that I'm not gonna be filming, so I am gonna call it a wrap here, guys. Let me think, there was something else. Oh, let me just bring this that I had thought of, and I already started working on it. So I got this hull of a ship of some kind, glued it all up, really sealed this seam, and I added some tubing to give it some support there, because I want to cut it, and I want to use like this half right here as a body of something. So, or this half up here, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to split this, and I'm thinking I could split it like this on the scroll saw. I don't know if the scroll saw will do that, but we'll take a look at that when I go to the Peroxon tools in the morning. So that's gonna wrap it for this video, guys. Thoughts, ideas, comments below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Visit my Discord. I post update pictures and all that good stuff for the ships. Take care and have a wonderful day.